Hi guys, welcome back. And today in our mechanics series, we are going to be talking about all those times I've gotten messages from parents and pitchers saying, I feel like I'm hitting myself when I'm pitching. Why is that happening? This is another really common one we can get, and a really frustrating one for pitchers because it hurts. Like, it really hurts. I've seen pitchers show up with forearms and elbows and legs totally bruised, considering quitting pitching because they cannot figure out why they are hitting themselves, and it hurts so bad. So definitely a frustrating and sometimes debilitating mechanical issue that a lot of pitchers deal with. So again, before we get into it, I know I sound like a broken record at this point, but every pitcher has different mechanical issues. Pitching is a very personalized experience. If you want to get analyzed by me and get drill recommendations from me, make sure you check out our Fastpitch Power Plus app so we can figure out how to get you to reach your potential, okay? So the good news is that there's really only one cause for you hitting yourself, and that is at some point your arm is getting stuck behind your body, okay? If your arm was not stuck behind your body, you would not hit yourself. End of story. The bad news, there's lots of things that can cause your arm to get stuck behind your body. So let's go over the most common ones today. By far, similar to the drag foot collapse video, if you remember that one, by far the leading cause of arm getting stuck behind the body, believe it or not, is not even an arm problem. It is improper use of the hips, okay? So again, when we come off the rubber, we want our bodies to be square to the target. Then we're going to start to open. And when we get ready to deliver, we have to have that hip and torso rotation, okay, while the shoulders stay open. That hip and torso rotation is literally what keeps our arm in the correct arm slot as we deliver, okay? So that's what we need to see. When we have pitchers who open their hips too early and stay too open, okay? So let's start with opening too early. So when we have pitchers who open too early, it is now really difficult for me to have my hands going straight to my target like they need to. Very difficult. Not impossible, but difficult. Typically what we see when pitchers open their hips too early is something like this, okay? So glove hand and throwing hand now reaching up and across the body instead of straight out. When my hands are straight out, you see how I can really nicely come straight up and straight back to the backside of the arm circle with no issues. When I look like this, I can't do that. My only option is to wrap that ball around my head and pull behind my body. So opening too early, like drag foot collapse, one of the leading causes of arm getting stuck behind the body. Now, even if you don't open too early, if you over open into power K and stay too open, look what that just did. You can't see my arm anymore, okay? But if I have my hips in the correct position, you can see my arm. I have a clear path to my target. So when you over open those hips, that is another, and you stay too open in power K, that is a leading cause of arm getting stuck behind the body, okay? So I would say that is the number one thing that generally causes girls to feel like they're hitting themselves. Some other things that could happen are postural issues. I have seen girls, just bending in power K. It's pretty much impossible to be in the palm up, elbow down position if you're bending. So if I bend, look how my hand by itself is going to turn, and now my elbow is stuck behind me. I'm going to hit myself, okay? So posture also plays a really important role. So now how do we fix it? More good news. There is one thing you can do that can fix all of those things. And think back to our glove swimming video. You got it. It's Wallwork. Come with me and I'll show you how we can work on all these mechanical issues using Wallwork. So in this instance, it really honestly doesn't matter what's causing your arm to get stuck behind your body, because Wallwork will address all of them, okay? And again, especially, it's really not a big deal if you're just working on glove swimming, but if you're doing anything with the throwing hand against the wall, this is not an ideal surface. And I'll show you why. Because if your arm is getting stuck behind your body and it comes out and around, the last thing you want is to get your fingers tangled in that net. And the last thing you really want is, if you're pitching against like a brick wall, is for your hand to hit that wall. You also ideally, when your throwing hand is against the wall, want a full distance, like a 40-foot, 43-foot length. Because there are ways to cheat. You can move away from the wall and still have your arm come away from your body. But what will happen is the ball will hit the wall before it gets to the catcher, okay? So you really want like a smooth, padded surface, like a gymnasium wall, that is full distance. But here's what's gonna happen. So let's say I'm a pitcher who opens too early, okay? And I get this arm path thing where my arm then gets stuck behind my body. I have to come out and around my body. Again, my hand or the ball is gonna hit that wall. If I'm doing it correctly, I should be able to get my arm through, whether I'm full pitching or doing a drill, without my hand going anywhere near that wall. If I'm bending, first of all, my head might hit the wall, okay? But again, my arm's gonna be coming from out and around me. My hand or the ball is gonna hit that wall. So wall work is just instant feedback for so many good things. I cannot recommend it enough. So I hope you guys have found this helpful. Again, hitting yourself is one of the most, it has really frustrated and made pitchers, feel so defeated. So I hope this has really helped you guys. Again, if you want a personalized pitching plan from me to analyze your specific mechanics and give you personalized recommended drills and find so many more drills like this, make sure you check out Fastpitch Power Plus. And I would love for you guys to just leave a comment and talk about any other mechanical issues you'd like me to focus on in these videos. I'll talk to you guys soon.